Hello everyone, it is I, Kelly Vixen Morley, coming to you live from my living room. I am flying solo today without Frady, who normally sits right here, so picture him. So there probably won't be as much witty banter as we usually do, but I'm only trying one wine today. It's a Sunday afternoon. I want to drink wine, so I'm going to drink wine. If you get a chance, share this video. We're gonna wait a few minutes to see if anyone logs on. And if no one does, oh hi, I've got a viewer. Hi Christy. Good news for Christy is her wine is going, oh hi Julie. Christy's wine is being delivered to me tomorrow, so I will have it delivered to you in the next couple of days. So that's exciting. She of course ordered last week with our promotion. She ordered the Etnico Rosé. And it is delightful. So I'm doing one today that I didn't think Frady would be such a huge fan of, because he prefers fruitier and lighter wines, and this is an earthy and bold wine. So also I have leftover quesadilla, so I'm gonna have this with that later, and I think this red will go really well with it because it is Spanish. So let me wait a couple more seconds. And while we're waiting, I'll talk about Scout and Cellar. So Scout and Cellar is one of the only wine companies, well, it is the only one that sells clean crafted wine because we trademarked the name, so we're the only ones that can sell it. That means all of our wines are absolutely free of junk. There is nothing in our wines except grapes and just a little bit of sulfites, just enough to preserve the wine after it's opened. We have always less than 100 parts per million, ppm, of sulfites, and usually less than 50 ppm, whereas a lot of mass marketed wines have 400 ppm or more. So the sulfites and junk is what can give you a headache. So you will very rarely, if ever, get a headache from Scout and Cellar wine. So today we are going to be drinking the 2018 Oso Pardo Tempranillo from España. This is what the bottle looks like. Now it's important to note that it does have the Scout and Cellar label on it, and you might have seen that I did post about it earlier in the week. The only way a bottle of wine can get the Scout and Cellar label is if it has been through our lab tests. And there are 2 lab tests on every batch of wine to make sure that they are free from pesticides and all those other chemicals that a lot of mass marketed companies add. So our tests prove that these are just grapes in a bottle. Good for you, grape juice. So this is the Oso Pardo Tempranillo. It is a red wine. It's gonna be a darker red, and I'm going to read a little bit about it. It is 100% Tempranillo grapes. Of course, it is organic and vegan, as all Scout and Cellar wines are. The alcohol content is 13%, and the residual sugar is a little higher than we normally see, at 3.8 grams per liter. But keep in mind, none of that sugar is added after the fact. That is all pure natural grape sugar. No added sugars in our wines. Tasting notes for this Oso Pardo Tempranillo is it is earthy and bold. It will be deep purple red in color with notes of cherry, blood orange, and leather, lifted by a hint of violets on a textured frame with a bright finish. It suggests that we keep it authentic with a Spanish-inspired meat and cheese board. Pairs perfectly with Iberian ham and Manchego cheese. So that is why, oh, hi Frady. Frady is watching. That is why I am going to be having it with my quesadilla today, because while that is Mexican, I think it counts. This particular wine, the winery that created this Tempranillo was founded over 30 years ago, and the grapes for this wine come from organic vines planted 30 to 50 years ago over 2,000 feet above sea level, where they are exposed to over 3,000 hours of sunshine over the course of a year, which leads to ripe, delicious fruit. After being harvested during the night, to protect the quality of the fruit, the grapes are fermented and macerated for 10 days in temperature-controlled stainless steel tanks before aging and bottling, unfined and lightly filtered. So this is again what it looks like in the bottle, a nice dark bottle. Also, Pardo is a type of bear that exists in Spain. It's a Spanish brown bear. My notes told me that too. I'm not just that smart. So I'm going to attempt to open this without making a huge mess. Normally we have things pre-opened, but I didn't want to open it too much. And it's not. Bear with me. There we go. Pop. And I'm using a clear glass today. And we're gonna pour it. I don't have the overhead light on, I've just got the ring light, so we're gonna look at that, how dark that is. Can you see? Dark. And we can, I can see a little light through it. It's a beautiful shade of like burgundy, this wine. So I'm gonna swirl it a little bit. We'll smell a little bit before. It smells good. It does have a leather hint of smell to it. And other notes, again, that we're gonna pick up on are cherry, blood orange, and maybe a hint of violet. So I'm gonna swirl it. It's important more to swirl your reds to get that air into them, because the air opens up the bouquet and the flavor and the scent of the wine. And a lot of people will use an aerator or a decanter with their red wines to help open up those flavors. You'll pour the bottle into a separate bottle, and as it's pouring, the air gets in and does air magic. I'm just swirling a little bit, so that's what we're doing today. I like the word Tempranillo. I like to say it. And the Tempranillo is the most widely planted varietal in Spain. Another hint and tip for you. So I'm going to try it and see what we have in this 2018 Oso Pardo Tempranillo. Yes, that is delightful. I love a good red. I love Tempranillos because they're a little different from a Cabernet or a Syrah, and that they almost have like a spicy quality to them. And I don't know if that's just a trait of the grape varietal or what, but there's a little hint, like the tasting notes don't mention this, but there's like a little pepperiness to it on the finish. I'm trying to see what else I taste in there. I definitely get the cherry, a little tart, the tartness is very nice. I do smell the leather more than I taste the leather, which I guess is good because you don't really want to taste leather that much, but it's definitely got a bold flavor palette to it. It's very lingering, like it's got a great mouth feel. I'm using all the little keywords for wine people. Mouth feel. Who says that? I do. It has a great mouth feel. It tastes good and it lingers. And I do, now that I'm breathing air past the flavors in my mouth more, getting that leather feeling a little bit more of the leather. Welcome to anyone watching. If you have any questions, I am talking right now about the 2018 Oso Pardo Tempranillo, which is a Spanish wine sold and marketed by Scout & Cellar, the company I represent. And it is clean crafted, which means it has no junk in it and will not give you a headache. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, but it's a red wine. Red wine gives you headaches. Not true. Not all red wines do. Clean crafted red wines are not going to give you the headache that you get from mass marketed red wines. Like, even though this has more alcohol in it than your mass marketed wine, you are not going to get the headaches. You will get more of a buzz faster, but you're not going to get the headaches that typically come with a wine. My dog is acting up. She says, does anyone have any questions? Oh, I just got another little hint of cherry. This is a good wine. I like it. I will save some for you, Frady, so I know that you do want to try it, even though it's earthier than you generally like. I'm just waiting for questions. Since no one has any questions, and I don't have much else to say about this particular wine at the moment, I will go ahead and wrap up this viewing. Oh, hi, Becky. Becky is joining me at the tail end. We were just trying the 2018 Oso Pardo Tempranillo red wine from Spain. It is delightful with hints of cherry and blood orange, although I don't taste blood orange as much, but maybe on the second sipping I will get more blood orange when it aerates some more. And I do kind of get the hint of violets that they suggest I should. In the smell, it's there, kind of a lightly floral that does round out the flavors really nicely. So Becky, I was giving you the opportunity to ask any questions before I wrap up, if you're still there. It's hard for me to tell. People come, they go. This will be posted on YouTube as well at some point in the next couple of days. I do have a Vixen's Vino page on there. You can go back and watch old videos of other tastings that myself and my better half, Frady, and I have done together. We like to think they're entertaining and educational, and we like to try lots of different wines by Scout and Cellar. And of course, you can access my website at www.scoutandcellar, scout and, spell the word and out, cellar.com/vixensvino, scoutandcellar.com/vixensvino. That's it. If you would get a chance to like this page, my Facebook page, I would love that as well, and share it with everyone. And of course, if you have any questions about wine, you need a suggestion for wine, you're like, I really like X, Y, and Z mass marketed wine. What is a Scout and Cellar version of that? Let me know. I'll find you the perfect wine for you that Scout and Cellar sells. Also to mention, this wine, the Oso Pardo Tempranillo, $25 a bottle, which is not a bad deal for 13% alcohol. And that higher residual sugar definitely does give it a sweeter taste, fruitier taste, because fruity is the new sweet. So I will wrap it up for now because now I'm rambling. I thank you all for watching. I hope you've learned something and enjoyed this a bit. And if you would like to join me for a tasting here in my house or yours live on Facebook, let me know. I can come to you with a bottle or two of wine and we can taste it up. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you again soon.